someone
Rush Reloaded.
Hi, Pam. Hi.
Manya gaba gampologoma.
Gego. One we can remember is someone who has 10 names. You can't remember all.
Gono gajukira. Jukira tetuli ba bulijjo. Tetuli ba bulijjo. Jabula amanya tuina mangi. Nabalala bagwa mutulube.
Lolo.
Chameleon atageja atakoga atafu atagenda roda amanye tubana mangi. Bobby Wine.
Chameleon we understand.
They get together.
But you, why do you have to...
For me, you don't understand.
What's happening, Pam?
What's happening? Let's start off with the school fire. There's
school
another
fire
school
again?
fire in Kawala. Yes. Good Infantry Primary School. A primary 6 kid died yesterday.
Oh my God.
Actually, today at around 12 a.m., 12:15 a.m. Yeah.
So
there were
sad.
38 kids in a dormitory. It is a compact dormitory, the way you can see it there.
Like a small one.
It is small. You see how it is, the door? Wow. So this dormitory is housing 38 kids, and they are from P6, P4, P5, P6, and P7.
Oh, wow.
The fire starts abruptly, and then it spreads through. One of the kids stayed inside. You know, they were struggling all to come out through that small door.
Bambi.
So one of the kids here stayed inside. But according to
Stayed
police,
or was stuck inside?
According to police, he first went out and then went back in to pick something.
Oh.
So in the process, he
But
was
you see,
caught in the fire.
world over, that is how people die in fires.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
because
by
they
the way.
always go back to pick something. But when a fire breaks out, you should be able to know that there is nothing so important in the house.
Than your
Like,
life. Yeah.
oh, maybe if my child was in there, I would go in there to pick them for
Yeah.
sure. But something like...
But there's always those precious
No.
things. Like Ishojo maybe might forget what. Like
so you forget a phone and then go back to pick a phone. Are you stupid?
No, you can't. There are certain things people hold so dear that you feel
Come
like,
on.
that
Like, it's like when a
thing.
fire broke out here sometime.
Especially kids.
I know a morning saga person that came back to pick a phone.
You can imagine. You're like, my expensive phone worth millions. I have to go and
It
pick
wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Nsasira family z'abaana
It's sad,
abo.
Bambi.
N'ekirala ndowooza mampi okitegeera lwaki saagala twala baana bange mu kisulo njagala nnyo dde
Yeah.
kuba bwe muva ku ssomero ne mudda base maama n'abaako ne byabagamba oba taata ate ekitaliwa mu kisulo.
Yeah. But we have had, like, in a space of 2 months, I think we have had like 5
School
to 7
fires,
schools that have
yeah.
burned. And kids have died. There was one where 5 kids died and about 2 were injured. Then 1 kid in Chotera. Now, according to Lord Mayor Sukwago, he's saying that this must be arson. Like, there must be malicious people who are setting up these fires.
Kambuuze poliisi nga tevangayo kwogera ku muliro guno gukwata amasomero.
Police yayogera. Naye gamba nti, like, they give you circumstances. For instance, right now, police yayogedde. And they said the reason why they didn't say the reason, the real cause for the fire, but the number of people who died. Ne bagamba nti investigations are happening. Ne chikomawo, like, it stops there.
Tebakikoowa kukyogera nze bulonda omuntu ayambadde uniform ng'ayogera investigation. Mba ndaba okombamu ennyo mu maaso gange. React very fast. Olaba waliwo incident yagwawo ekeeyo nga balina be baagala okukwata. Nze mu ddakiika 15 kye bali banoonyereza nali nkimaze nze netwala ne ku poliisi.
Or maybe you should become like
ne
a private
mbagamba mumanyi kino na
investigator.
kino. Omusirikale omu n'aŋŋamba mbuyingira emirimu egitakwatako. Ne mugamba bwe mubaamu my blood ebimu bye mutula mu office ne muwambala ne muddayo muvimbe nga bye mulina okukola temubikola.
Then told you investigations toyogera just, so you don't think and then say investigations are done. You must have backed up evidence before, even if I know Little John,
It must be
you
very
have done,
conclusive.
yes, it must be conclusive, but with evidence to show that
Evidence
really
zibula nayo tukuba zibatuni nga tebalina evidence. Ekyo kyo bakirinamu experience. Kyekisinga okunyiiza. Amaanyi bagamalire mu kunoonya evidence so si tukuba zibatuni. Mukwanguwa okuba banguwa. Balina obusungu baba bujja ludda oba babaliisa akawunga ne banyiiga. Ndowooza gavumenti bakyusizeemu bawe ku nkoko. Banguwa okuba njogera bye mmanyi. Yeah, era abaana wansi bakimanyi. Bali banguwa. Baba tulabanga nsolo.
Yes, some instances. Like today, there were 3 kids who went to the deputy speaker's home. Youths. They went with clutches pretending like they were like a symbol for being tortured. So they went to her home in Kololo, and they met with police, but police just chased them away. For them, they were saying, we are tired of torture. We want Francis Zake.
Were they sure that she was at home or she was at office?
But is that the right place to go and petition?
She's at office working. So.
Yeah. They went there very early in the morning, by the way.
Nekirala tulekerawo kwetumiikiriza okulumba omuntu ewaka ewuwe.
That's private.
Nze litojjo n'ojja ewange mb'olifaani wange okomba amanyi. Ovaayo ogamba gayi mulalu. Manya ewa Land Road. Thank you bagamba bayita abiri bejjukanye. Nze sobola kuvaano n'ennumba wa muntu.
Actually, I've seen our landlord wa Jojo.
Prima ayita okuba ku mutwe kutta.
Ndeka
Ndekaamu akasambagala. Saagala muntu alumba ewaka oba beesi w'empoera. Ne buno obuvubuka mwana sebo kalumbye omukulu gy'asula. Kali gwe ovudde eno kubanga muyina emiggo muyina bye mwagala okuyisaawo ne bannamawulire ye bannamawulire bavuddewo essaawa ez'amangu. Nze litojjo singa yali investigation singa namwe bannamawulire mugenderamu emiggo mu.
Nedda balina okikola. They have to show people what is happening.
To show people. Babatuuseeko bati ogenda nabo paka mu maka gooli.
You know, you find people acting weird with placards, then people start taking pictures.
Bino ebintu bibeera biplanning. Kano kabeera kamanyiire.
Kubanga if you're going to someone's home to
basiimye endowooza oyo abakuumi be si bakambwe. Ne waliyo abamu nga babateeka wali ku ntandaalo ne muddamu ne muzunga. You trespassing. Yeah. Mb'okyolaga obutali bumativu mu maka gooli. Eriye government.
Yeah, many people should learn to use the right channels
when they are
expressing their
oli ali wakawe ng'ojja okumba amannyo mbu simanya mbu batwayisibwa bubi ye yakutumayo niwankubadde mukulu bikolwa byammwe bye bibateeka mu buzibu.
No, but the other thing I didn't like is that they were doing comedy because they were alleging they have been tortured. So when the police was warning them, they threw the clutches down and ran away and climbed on borders and disappeared. So which means they are mocking people who have actually been tortured. How would you take
nekirala nkalabyeko ka video babadde boogera nga nengera poliisi epakinze bulungi batunuulidde boogera kitegeeza ne poliisi ennyini nnyini ekolagana nabe balinze bayisemu meseji yaabwe because omuntu ali ku mulimu simanyi bwoleta na bannamawulire awaka ne mukomberaawo amannyo nga nze ndi ku mulimu mugende mubikolera eri ebusukka kkubo. Naye ate bamaze oluvannyuma ate poliisi eraga ekola nnyo mwana twebeereremu nina ebintu byesaagala muntu azannyiremu.
Litojjo is angry today.
Nze maka g'omuntu saagala muntu azannyirayo buli omu olunnyuka agamba kanzirewa ewaka ate kati gojja owanika amannyo simanya gwani kutwala n'amayinja gasiya nze litojjo.
Ate tokuba because again it's a crime even if somebody is
a crime onumbye wange nkulumbye wo eno gy'osula.
Anyway, let's talk about Zzina's mother.
Self-defense.
Zzina's mother today she was able to interact with Parliament.
Did she recover?
Today.
Is she okay now?
She's better because today she walked to Parliament to again petition begging for her son to be released. Honorable Zzina Mohammed. So she went to Parliament yelling as she always does, crying, and then the police officers there were kind to her. They gave her a seat. She was with Zzina's wife. They gave him a seat. And
one of his wives? Or
yeah, the one we know.
Official?
The official wife.
No, they are the official. The beloved one.
Which one?
Yes, she's also official, but to him.
Yeah. They are beloved, yeah. Twale kona agende. Chingo ga tuleke mampi abakulembe nenga jojo jali.
Balabe duka.
Yeah, so she was taken to Chris Obore, is the parliamentary commissioner, and then he was able to talk to them, and he said, let people stop deceiving you that Parliament is going to handle your issue. We are, as Parliament, we do not interfere with criminal matters. If he's undergoing a criminal thing, please, we cannot do anything to help. Even if you come here 1,000 times crying, there's nothing Parliament can
But
do.
You see, as a mother, even when they tell her that, you will not be surprised if tomorrow she wakes up and goes back hoping that something will happen. Hoping that her
now
son...
that should not be just creating an unnecessary scene, or maybe wanting attention from people. To be a whole different thing, because they have explained to her that this particular body cannot help you.
The
The only
chief
thing we
did-
can do is maybe make sure that there's a speedy
yabadde nga
trial.
akitegedde kye bamugamba.
Yeah, she take a day.
Yeah.
They talked to her in Uganda, but she has insisted that my son did not commit that crime. He did not commit
She says
murder.
her son is innocent.
Her son is innocent.
omwe
So-
bagamba politics it's a data game, so abigumire byonna ebirimu. This is politics.
Like when something is before the courts of law, tosobola, you cannot say someone is innocent or kubanga kati court is the one to decide whether
nekirala
someone is
abamuwa
innocent or
amagezi
guilty.
kirabika be bamuwa bya maama kuba sirowooza nti maama ago amagezi yabadde agayina agajja ku kooti
Ku Parliament.
ku parliament kati kirabika abantu bano abamupikaapika
Yeah.
be bamukozesa ensobi kyovulaba maama okyakaaba amaziga mangi ekyo
Yeah, that is
nkikugambye
what
nganzi
Obore was telling her. Stop overgoing, to coming to parliament. Because the
mama
first time
kati
you
omanyi
agenda
mama
okuba
kati tukole
speaker.
kino mama baganje mama tuyite wano kuba
I think
kiraga waliwo
they,
omuntu ali
they
mu
look at her
muvuga
as
speed
someone who people will feel pity for. Because when someone sees a crying mother, they will feel sorry. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help if you keep doing
ate nze
that.
nakowa n'omuntu ayogera nange ng'akaaba ekyo kyankubyako ewaka
Kyankubyanga bwe.
kyankubye waka ng'ojja no mu maaso ga muzeeyi n'otandika muzeeyi
Hey,
kaka ng'asooka nakkubirawo oluyi
I don't know. I had this
Yeah.
habit of like every time it got like to 6 p.m. I would be a moody child, like
Start
talking
crying,
while
getting
crying.
annoyed.
Yeah.
You get slaps.
nze bw'ojjawo ndi ng'oyogera okaaba nkulabanga mubbi ebya ddala yogera nange
Nedda naye waliwo abantu who cannot control their tears. They can't hold back. Every time you think about something,
Hold back
you end up crying
omuntu
while
akugambye
talking.
kakkana
That's allowed. Emotions.
omuntu
Yeah.
agamba kakkana naye ggwe n'okaaba buli kaseera buli busini gye bakulagamu okaaba
Sometimes you really cannot help it, but some things
maama
are really
ag'amaziga
simple.
ge bakukaabya
It's
tegaliiyo
like when my daughter just starts crying for small reasons. I'm like, no, stop crying.
Yeah,
Now
it's
speak.
not nice.
ne
Yeah.
mama wange amanyi okwekaabya ngamba omuto ne mugamba maama ezo mpisa mbi ne kannakimbugo kyekimu leka omuntu aba ayogera akaaba anyiiza anti ebigambo
Yeah.
abirya kati otegedde ki primu kikimu oyo kasasiro
Nedda,
simwagala
like for her, she's odd. You can understand her message. She's saying, Manange Janet Museveni nyamba, Manange Museveni nyamba. Then she cries again. But the message is being passed. Owulira kyagamba,
the
but she
message
keeps
is nyamba.
baali
nyamba, and then the people she's asking.
baali mukaabira bamuyambe
Eh.
bakafiirwa abantu abasukka mu 14 amaziga bagakoowakowa ddala bali abantu bayise mazigaziga mwagaliza omuntu aveeyo but mbya politics siteekayo kyange cause I'm not a
Katulinde,
politician.
of us, we can't say anything because the case is in court. Now, the resident city commissioner, Hud Hussein, for Kampala, is warning arcade owners because street vendors are going back to the
Markets.
streets.
The streets.
Like
finally.
Yeah, not fine. It's not allowed. It's illegal. Like for a month now, they have been blocking them, but they're still finding their way back to the streets. Now, according to Hud Hussein, he says they have established that arcade owners are working with street vendors, Papa Webintu, Nebatunda, and on their verandas. So he's saying if you are an arcade owner and you're caught, like someone is selling stuff on your veranda, we are going to close your business and even maybe take your license.
oba mwitaani oyo
Hud Hussein.
ye mudu yebeerera
So
emudu.
he wants nti omuntu wabeera ne arcade agobewo abantu abatundira
Tebagala any street vendor,
Ebintu
even if it is your stuff and you're
yes,
getting someone
but
to sell for
shouldn't
you.
that be on the vendors themselves? Lwaki oba okiteeka ku muntu wa arcade?
Yeah,
Oba omuntu
kiraga
atunze
balina
ekintu.
amaduuka ge baagala okubba sina kubba kunyaga
Nedda.
gongamba otambwe omuggyeko license olwako akantu akatono kyogamba bo tebabayinaako abantu abasolooza nga bakcca tebaliiko leka bano abantu balime tufuulinga kwogera ano bali mu kweraga.
The issue is, if other street vendors and hawkers are being chased, why are you as an arcade owner taking advantage of your space to put back things on the street? While others are out of the street, you hire someone, maybe
What he is saying
they are working together, they're
is
conniving.
that sometimes these guys actually pay for the space outside the arcades, right?
They do.
Sometimes they pay for the space, and other times they work with anyways. They work with them, pay for the space, or give them their own stuff. to sell on
kali
the
kambuuze
street.
So
basu
as an arcade owner, you should not. Or actually, this is never even about arcade owners. It's someone that has a shop. Omanyi zino edduuka ezibeera ku arcade naye nga yo yeri wabweru. So the owner of the shop rents the space outside.
Right? Yeah.
Don't they do that?
Yes, they do that a lot.
Ezembalaza ziliko bannannyinizo gwewapangisa dduuka tewapangisa bweru wa lubalaza olwo. Eno Kampala yakweyiya nga tuzze mbya ddala. Sigenda kubeera mu dduuka lyange nga sikola naye nga nina omwana gwe nsobola okuwa ebintu byange bya 800 oba 10 nakiira wansi ne yeeyiiya najja nantemerako naye n'alyako. Bagala bo bakole batya.
Anti bagobye buli street vendor ku street. Kati kiba kirungi for an arcade owner to do like that. While other people, even the hawkers, are out of the street.
Pamela, bw'oba mukutte bakolenga bwe bakola bali be bazze bakwata. So saate kulumba b'amaduuka lwansonga eno kibuga kyakweyiya.
They are working together. If they are working together, which means
bw'oba nkwatidde ku lubalaza kwata nze okitegeera n'ebintu byange it is okay. Leka ate kulingiriza eri wabijewa wabisoboddewa ani yabiguzizza bwe manguza manya nti ono agenda ku street gy'aba abitundira
ku veranda eyo. If you're the owner of the shop, why do you permit someone to sell on your veranda? Because as the owner
ani avunaanyizibwa ku veranda eyo lwansonga mu kibuga veranda teziba zaaba amaduuka no kubaako abakwata tenda zaakwo tukimanyi bulungi abadde ki owedduuka bagamba oli wadduuka alyo oyogera na bitono.
So in the same way they were cleaning the city, they are saying taxis are banned from parking in ungazetted places. About taxi bonna, they have to put their stages in parks.
Not
even
outside.
If they not outside, any taxi that will be found outside on the street will be impounded. Bajajikwata bajitwale mu police. So they are trying to clean the city to avoid any kind of commotion on the street. So not only street vendors, bagenze kuba taxi, never border, like it's general.
If they're trying to clean the city, have they spoken to Palazzo? He was in Masaka cleaning recently. Maybe he could help. He could help Ajaye.
Ne ebintu bino byewuunyisa mu korona tebibaddeyo. Naye akasente ka korona we kamaze okuggwawo tewakyaliwe bafunira mu korona kati basitudde enkundi ate ku bintu bino ebirala abantu bano bannange
Bye nno.
kuno kusitula nkundi nti eri mutulemesezaayo katutandike ku bano kuba abantu weboogerako gwe ezo sente nyingi omuntu ajja kulaba omuntu ng'emmotoka ye tejjudde ayagala omuteekamu oli amubuukira agambe gwe tukoze eki.
But in a way it's a double thing because there are those while you are parking a park like old tax park and they wait for customers
waliwo
there.
Paaka lwejjula nga tolina nawe oyingira bwe mba nkolera mu paaka nga nsanze paaka ejjudde ngenda kola nti
parking mu street bafuna nnyo okusinga bano abagenda mu park at Usafi at where so it is not equal.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's fair kuba bano abatundira eno ffenna tunywa mafuta entegeera yaffe yetujjamu ffenna tunywa mafuta tewali mmotoka enywa majaani so gavumenti esigala efunamu oba oli ali ku bbala oba ali munda gavumenti esigala efuna ki ezaayo
Emmotoka yali mu garaji anywa mafuta.
ate naye tonzijukiza nnaku nga nkyanoonya za gundi za gearbox
Nalabanga nga gye wayiwangamu omunaanansi.
The big roundup in the evening rush. Reloaded. This hour in the evening rush is sponsored by
Bell Lager.